Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Against the Public for January 4th. What a start to 2025 for all access customers. We look to improve on a 24-12 run to start Friday's card, including a 15-5 run when betting total. So absolutely on fire. Congratulations to everybody that's been able to take part. We smashed another free winner last night. We're going to look to do that again today. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to go to college football for our free winner in the Bahamas Bowl. Before I do that, I want to remind everybody at Pickdawgz.com I'll have my top premium college basketball selections for Saturday locked and loaded. We look to improve on a 19-6 run in college basketball, 11-4 on our side wagers, 11-4 when betting sides in college basketball. I will also have the side in the Bahamas Bowl and a national, check that. I'll have the total in the Bahamas Bowl and an NHL 3-pack. And the NHL, guys, absolutely on fire. A 10-1 run with NHL sides plus 973 units. So great run in the NHL, which I expected to happen this time of year. For some reason, it happens this time of year every single year. I don't know if I just get a better feel for what's going on. I'm able to watch a lot more games. I'm not sure, but an incredible run in the NHL. So please get on board. I'll also have Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, along with 3 NBA plays. And of course, you can access all those plays individually. You can get them in a 3-pack, or you can jump on an all-access pass. You can do that for the next 7 days, 30 days. My annual all-access pass gives you every play I release for the next 365 days for just $4.11 a day. So something there for everybody. Please make sure you get over to pickdawgz.com. Just hit the link on the page. Okay, let's get to your free play for Saturday. This is an early start, guys, so you might want to put this game in right now. Never know what's going to happen on Friday night. Might not wake up. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Pacific. We have the Buffalo Bulls 8-4, 7-5 ATS, 7-4-1 to the over on the total. They're heading to the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium to take on the 8-3 Liberty Flames, who are 3-8 against the number this year, 5-1 against the total. Consensus number is Buffalo -3. Liberty opened up as a favorite. We'll talk about why the shift for that number in a little bit. But Buffalo is -3. 50.5 is your total. 56% of the public money is on Buffalo, while 61% of the money is on the under. As far as the Bulls are concerned, guys, you know it's been an up and down season for them. But not as up and down as you would think, maybe by that statement. And if we look through their schedule, we comb through their schedule, really, it's been much more of an up and down season for Liberty than it has for Buffalo. But the Bulls, we remember, they took out Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois, the Huskies were ranked at the time. They were coming off that massive win against Notre Dame. Man, thankfully, that didn't work out too well. That worked out better for Notre Dame than it did Northern Illinois. Kind of a wake-up call, go Irish. But that really made that loss look a lot better, which I've had plenty of conversations with guys that I know that are voters, and finally the cream rose to the top. Anyway, not going to be about Notre Dame the whole time. Very happy, though. Anyway, massive win against Toledo as a 10.5-point dog. Other 4 losses this year, really you can't point to any of them and say they were a bad loss. You probably would have liked to have followed up that victory with a better effort against Toledo, or that win against Toledo with a better effort against Western Michigan, who finished 6-7 this year. They were a small dog in that one, so not a massive loss. Liberty, on the other hand, had incredible. I mean, you want to talk about swings. They had a few bad losses, and they had one that they should have lost, starting with the biggest upset, one of the biggest upsets this year when Kennesaw State took out Liberty as a 26.5-point favorite. They won that game outright. They followed that loss up with a loss to Jacksonville State, team that probably, the odds makers didn't think. I mean, they were a small dog in that game, or small favorite in that game, but still a game that they should have won. Probably a game that you would have liked to have seen them actually blow Jacksonville State out, considering the embarrassment factor after losing as a 26.5-point dog. They barely escaped UMass. They were a 16.5-point favorite in that game. And then they followed the year up with a loss to Sam Houston. Now, they were a small favorite in that game, so you could say, well, it's not really a bad loss. But considering where the flow of the season took them, that was really a game they needed to make a statement. So not in a great spot, not where they wanted to be. Probably a couple bad losses. Certainly one that was a massive eye-opener that they were able to come back from. But that UMass game, in a game that they won, was really something where I just sat back and I go, well, wait a minute here. This team, that I know what their record says they are, but I just don't think they're as good as their record says they are. For the Bulls, Pete Lembo came in this year. He was a terrific hire. Plenty of assistant head coaching experience at South Carolina, at Memphis, at Maryland. He was a head coach at Buffalo for 5 seasons, making him very familiar with this conference. He came in, won 8 games, potentially 9 games in the bowl game. And everyone I talked to has nothing but great things to say about Lembo. One of the things about what he's done there is it wasn't like when he transferred in from Ball State, he brought he brought all these players with him, or he jumped into transfer portal to make that program better. These are the same kids basically that won 3 games last year. They're going to have a really good program moving on, and looking at that schedule next year, they're going to have a chance to make some noise, not only in the Mid-American Conference, but maybe on a national stage. We'll just put a check mark in that or bookmark in that and see how that works out. But really love where this program is going. With Buffalo that you're going to get a full team. There was no transfers, although that the portal has been extended because of when this bowl game was, or bowl game is. It's not only been extended for Buffalo, it's also been extended for Liberty as well. That hasn't prevented kids from transferring. They don't wait until the end or really care about their bowl game, which is a whole nother video. But you're going to get what you saw all year from Buffalo. Not necessarily from Liberty. We'll talk about that in a second. And I think the world's going to be introduced to wide receiver Victor Snow. This kid is going to touch the ball 15 or 20 times a game. You may not see him because he's like 5'7", he's listed at 5'9", but believe me, the kid's about 5'7", and he is a ball of speed. He's going to be the fastest player on the field, and I don't see how Liberty is going to be able to contain him. And if they do try to contain him, they're going to have to double team him, which is going to leave some other options. They have a terrific running back in Messiah Birch. CJ Agbana is probably playing his best football of his entire career right now. So I really think Buffalo is peaking. As far as Liberty is concerned, we know that's an offense that would rather run the ball 45 times a game. And they may not have an option other than running the ball because Caden Salter is on his way to Boulder, play for the Buffs next year, and Ryan Berger is going to make his first start for Liberty. So that is why you saw a shift in the number. When that number first came out, Liberty was a field goal favorite, 3.5, 3.5. And of course, now Buffalo is the favorite because of Salter transferring to Boulder. So all that to say, we're going to take Buffalo -3. Shop around a little bit for this because there is a minus $1.08 in some spots. Most of it's $1.10, but you can get a little bit better than $1.10 in some spots. But we still like Buffalo -3 as your free pick for Saturday. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Every individual play is up there or will be up there soon. Just waiting on some numbers. NBA seems to be coming out a little bit later now. Discounted long-term passes are locked and loaded. My annual all-access pass is up there, $4.11 a day. Can't thank you enough for joining me. Thank you for all the nice comments on YouTube. Thank you for all the likes. Hit the like button if you appreciate the content. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Saturday.